We all love a good scroll through Instagram, right? It's basically become a reflex at this point. But have you ever actually thought about how much time we spend on that app? I mean, I know I'm guilty of losing hours just watching those little squares of other people's lives go by. And don't even get me started on the whole rabbit hole of going from one influencer's page to their best friend's cousin's dog's page. It's insane. But here's the thing, while Instagram can be fun and all, there's this whole other side to it. It's like this weird kind of dark side that can mess with your head, you know? We're talking anxiety, self-esteem issues, the whole shebang. And it's not just me saying this, there's actual science behind it. So in this video, we're going to really dive into all the ways Instagram might be messing with Gen Z, because let's be real, we're basically the guinea pigs of social media. Is Instagram making you sad? Let's be real, scrolling through Instagram can sometimes feel like a competition you never signed up for. Everyone's posting their highlight reel. Those perfectly filtered vacation pics, those effortless looking selfies, and just their whole lives looking amazing. It's easy to start comparing ourselves and feeling like we're not enough. And the thing is, we know logically that people only post the good stuff, right? Nobody's posting about their bad hair day or that awkward encounter at the grocery store. But still, it's hard not to internalize those perfect squares and start feeling insecure. We start questioning everything. Our looks, our clothes, our friends, our experiences. It's like this constant pressure to measure up to something that's not even real. And honestly, it's exhausting. And the worst part is this kind of constant comparison can really mess with our mental health. We're talking about serious stuff like anxiety and depression. It's like this vicious cycle. We feel bad about ourselves, so we scroll more to feel better, but then we just end up feeling worse. So yeah, not exactly the most positive vibes. We talk about the whole perfect thing on Instagram because seriously, it's out of control. Filters, Facetune, those crazy lighting setups. It's like everyone's morphing into the same idealized version of beauty. And don't get me wrong, I love a good filter as much as the next person, but it's when we start believing that these altered images are real, that things get messy. We start to feel bad about our own perfectly normal bodies and faces. Like suddenly my nose seems too big, my skin's not clear enough, and don't even get me started on the whole body image thing. It's like Instagram's created this impossible standard that no one can actually live up to, not even the people who are setting it. And the scariest part is that this pressure to look perfect can lead to some seriously unhealthy behaviors. We're talking about eating disorders, excessive dieting, plastic surgery, things that can have lasting impacts on our physical and mental health. It's like we're sacrificing our well-being for a chance to be Instagram worthy, and that's just messed up. Cyberbullying, the dark side of the screen. Chapter 4, the scroll hole is real. Okay, raise your hand if you've ever fallen down the Instagram scroll hole. You know, when you just plan to check your notifications real quick and the next thing you know, an hour's gone by and you're 100 weeks deep into your ex's new girlfriend's sister's best friend's dog's account. Yeah, we've all been there. Instagram is designed to be addictive. Think about it, the endless scrolling, the constant notifications, the fear of missing out, FOMO. It's like they've created this perfect storm to keep us hooked. And listen, I'm not saying that Instagram is inherently bad. It can be a great way to connect with friends, discover new things, and waste time. Let's be real. But when it starts to interfere with our actual lives, that's when we need to take a step back. Chapter 5, IRL, more like Abe UK Ward. Okay, hear me out on this one. Is it just me, or has Instagram made it harder to actually talk to people in real life? I swear, sometimes I feel like I've forgotten how to have a normal conversation. It's like all my social skills have been replaced with emojis and GIFs, you know what I mean? And don't even get me started on the whole eye contact thing. It's like, when was the last time we all sat down and had a conversation without someone pulling out their phone? It's like we're so used to hiding behind our screens that we've forgotten how to be vulnerable and authentic in person. And that's kind of sad, right? Because real life connections, those are the ones that matter. Those are the ones that make us feel seen and heard and loved. So maybe, just maybe, we need to put down the phones a little more and start paying attention to the people right in front of us. Chapter 6, keeping up with the gram and going broke. Let's talk about money, honey, or should I say lack thereof. Because let's be real, Instagram can make you feel poor AF. It's like every time I open the app, There's a new influencer telling me I need to buy a $500 sweater or book a trip to Bali, and the worst part is it works. Influencer marketing is a multi-billion-dollar industry for a reason. They're really good at what they do, which is basically making us feel like we need to buy things we didn't even know existed yesterday. And listen, I'm all for treating yourself and supporting brands you love, but when it becomes this constant pressure to keep up with the Joneses, or the Kardashians, let's be real, that's when it becomes a problem. Chapter 7. Big Brother's watching and liking your posts. Okay, last but not least, let's talk about privacy, because this one's important. I feel like we just hand over our personal information without even thinking twice. We post our locations, our birthdays, our favorite coffee shops, basically a stalker's dream come true. And I know what you're thinking. Emma, relax. It's not like anyone's actually watching me, but the truth is they are. Data is currency, my friends, and our personal information is worth a lot of money. So, yeah, maybe it's time we started being a little more mindful of what we share online. I'm not saying you need to delete your account and go live in a cabin in the woods, although that doesn't sound too bad right now, but I do think it's important to be aware of the potential downsides of social media. It's like anything else, moderation is key, and if you're ever feeling overwhelmed, it's totally okay to take a break. Unfollow those accounts that make you feel bad about yourself, turn off your notifications, and go do something that makes you happy IRL. Your mental health will thank you for it.